What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here, doing something a little bit different today. I'm just looking at Elder Scrolls Online beta. It's the last beta week, and actually it's like 3 hours left. And I actually got a lot of invites to this game, but I only actually got into the game about a month ago or two or something like that before the NDA was lifted on it. And I don't know, it's a good game. I mean, it's decent looking. I think this set of graphics that you're looking at right here, it's this little town, is pretty cool. I do like that there's a day-night cycle. It gets really dark at night, almost dark enough where you can't see stuff, which is something I miss from older MMOs like EverQuest. When it was dark in EverQuest, you really could not see anything, and I liked that, at least a long time ago, when EverQuest first came out. I don't know if it's changed at all, but it was that way. So what am I doing here? I've got a little compass on top. I need to go talk to this guy. So I'm like, oh, there you can see probably a little bit of video lag. That's a bug that they've had for a long time. They keep saying they're going to fix it, and as far as I know, it has not been fixed. So the one thing I kind of don't like about this game really is it's pretty much just like every MMO you've played since WoW.
How did it go?
It does have voiceovers like Skyrim, that's great.
Excellent, yes.
But it has a lot of throwaway quests that I don't care about, and that's just to advance my level. And that's, again, something that WoW brought about, really. It was fun in WoW. It was brand new. It was a brand new thing. And now, since every MMO since has had it, it sucks. I don't want that, right? That's the problem with these games, is they're all copying the same frickin' game now, and it's getting really old. Another thing I don't like that it's copying is the gathering system is exactly the same as every other MMO since WoW. So, like, that's a snake, but if you run around, you'll see little nodes for stuff. Like, right now, we're in a really thick area since there's a lot of low levels, but the nodes are just all over the place. Like, if you want to do, you know, armor smithing or weapon smithing, you'll see, you know, an iron node right here, and you pick, you know, you hit it with your axe, or I mean your pick, and you get some ore, and then you go to the work, you know, the crafting station, and you craft it into bars, and you craft some armor and all that kind of crap. So that is just like every other MMO, and I actually don't like that. I liked UO. I liked their gathering system, which was basically, and I'm going to attack this guy in a second here. Actually, let's just start the attack here. I can't attack this guy? Oh, I thought this guy was, oh, he's bugged out. Here's a bad guy right here. So I liked UO because what you would do with UO is you would go into an actual mine where they had ores, you know, and you would mine. There would be ore there, there'd be iron or whatever, and you can only carry a certain amount because, you know, it's ore, which I'm surprised you could carry any ore, really. This is kind of neat. You can resurrect people using petty soul gens. That's kind of cool. So here's a node. You just walk up to the node and you collect it, just like you would every other MMO in existence. Great. Again, I liked it where you went to a mine. There were certain areas where they had ore, and you'd go there, and you'd mine and mine and mine, and that's pretty much all you did for like a long time. Yeah, it was slightly boring, and again, we're talking about a 15-plus-year-old game, UO. So when it came out, though, that was a pretty new concept because it was a 2D game, not a text-based MMO. That was kind of new. So here's another node. I'll just pick up this node. I think this is for enchanting. And so you'd go there and just collect and collect. Now, they could make a mini game out of it. They could make it where you collect the ore and there's a chance that you can refine it properly, and, you know, you might have different ways of doing that and everything. And that would be cool. But this node system where it's just all over the world and stuff, where you just kind of randomly walk around and collect it and stuff, get rid of that. I hated that system in WoW. I hate it now. I think it's stupid. Yeah, it's nice to be able to walk around and collect stuff. Like, here's jute. I think this is for clothing. That's great because you get some crafting and you get gathering at the same time as you're fighting and stuff. But to me, it kind of breaks the game a little bit. I know people say, like, keep realism out of my games. Well, then why don't we just fly around all the time, and why don't we just insta-kill people? I mean, there's got to be some level of realism. Like, when I jump off this thing, I fall, right? Because there's gravity. Hey, that's realism. Take that out of the game. Let's just float across the sky here, you know? So there's always some kind of realism in the game. I don't So anyway, that's the gathering system. You've seen the fighting system. I think it's decent. I never have liked the targeted fighting system, and this untargeted system is pretty cool. It's really hard to kind of miss, though. It's really pretty easy to hit the guy. Go, let's do this. You know, so let's see. And then another thing that more recent MMOs have had, even WoW didn't have this, and there's that video lag you're seeing again. That's that bug. I think I need to update my drivers, to be honest. They're probably, what, a week old. But, is they show you where the AoE is going to land. I think, again, that's pretty stupid. It's lowest common denominator, and I can't stand that kind of crap. They've made the game graphically easy for any computer to run. It also is supposed to run on consoles, apparently. And they've dumbed the game down so that anybody can play it. To me, that's not a good idea. I don't want to have... an MMO shouldn't be so easy that you can put it on autopilot, pretty much. It's like EverQuest was a perfect example. That was a great game where there was really good risk versus reward. Like, you might get, when you targeted somebody, like, let's say I target this guy, I don't get his level, I don't get any of that stuff. I'd have to consider him. And it would tell me not his level, but like a kind of a range. Is he red? That means, yeah, there's no way you're going to beat this guy. You know, orange, if you're really good, you could beat him. If he was yellow, again, if you were good at the game, you could beat him. And again, you would get more XP the higher, you know, the higher level they were than you, which is pretty much like every MMO. But I just liked that system better because you never knew if you're going to be able to beat this guy that you're, you know, fighting. And this system is pretty ludicrous. I mean, I don't know. Again, not all that impressed. It's very loot-based. That's another thing that I think is going to be bad is that, so you do all this crafting, and we've seen from WoW and from other games that the only crafting that's going to be worthwhile at all is consumables. Don't do any other skills but stuff that's consumable. Like enchants, you know, potions, stuff like that that are one-time use. Because unlike Ultima Online, gear does not break, and you don't ever have to get rid of your gear. And I understand why that is, because if you find this super epic piece of loot off some, you know, boss X43 or 456 or whatever his name is, you don't want that to break. And so it lasts forever. There's no durability. The problem is when you're an armor smith, and you craft I craft this chest plate, it never breaks. And so what happens is that chest plate builds up in the system until there's like 500,000 of that chest plate, and you can't sell it. So the only point to being an armor smith is to make your own armor, and you get like so there's one of the problems with that, right? Here's the second problem. Most of the draw, I'd say, to fighting monsters is the loot. You want to get cool drops in this kind of a loot system. You know, cool drops like some sweet sword or some epic this or that. Well, if you make the crafting gear better than the dropped gear, why would anybody fight monsters, right? So if nobody's fighting monsters, they're going to be bored of the game, they're going to quit, because this is an item-based game based off of mob loot. And so, again, that really hamstrings, you know, 80% of the crafting in the game, which... I don't know. WoW did it. It was a problem then. It was a crap system then. It still is a crap system, and people seem to love that system. I don't know why. Everybody complains about it. Nobody seems to fix it. I don't know. Thirdly, or lastly, or fourthly, or whatever, we're just going to be going into 5-man dungeons eventually and killing bosses and getting epic loots that we roll for and rinse and repeat. This is basically WoW with a different skin on it, where they're going to have raids, and you're going to go into a raid and, you know, fight with people, and again, you're going to drop epic loot instead of blue loot, you know, it's going to be purple loot instead or something. So that's a bug that I had to use. So, again, that's stupid. That's a dumb system. People are tired of it. Give us some other kind of system. Like, here's one. How about guilds can make cities? Let's say that the world starts with one city, and you can have dungeons and stuff, but maybe guilds can make new cities, or people can make new cities. Basically, you found a new city, and if you want to make a shop in the city, that expands the city, right? You might have to talk to the mayor, you know, get that shop plot approved. The city gets money, the city gets taxes from your shop, the city grows, The city becomes more attractive because it has more vendors there for, weapon making and things like that. Why don't... That's a great system! That would be so dynamic. Nobody's done that before. Why don't we do that? You would have a new WoW on your hands. Something new. So, I really wanted to play TESO. Let's get out of this. I want to show you the menus, I guess. And it's already broken. I'm trying to escape, and there's no escape menu. So that's still not fixed. It's been a problem since I played a couple months ago. So let's do log out here so I can show you a little bit about the character generation, which, in my opinion, doesn't really matter. I don't care what the characters look like in the game, really. I only, and this is probably just me, I only care about the mechanics of the game. I care about what is the crafting system like. What's the city system? Can I actually change the game? Because does my character have can it do anything in the game that changes the landscape? Building a new city, that would be really cool. I could help build a city. I could have a shop. That shop would be totally unique based on the stuff that I have in the shop, right? Actually, what was that game that actually was a huge flop? It had a really great crafting system. Star Wars Galaxies. Kind of a crap game, but really great crafting system. Let's try to delete this guy, Dark Elf. Let's create something else, I guess. Let's delete this character. And is this nethervvoid? Yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. nethervvoid. What? Convert type. Oh, delete. Delete. Okay. So, I'm dead. Let's try something else. Excuse me. So, this is all standard. I don't even care about character creation. It's like, who gives a crap? What's this? A human with a cat face? Kind of what it looks like. Let's see. Human with a cat face. So, here's what? What is this? Breton. That's probably a type of human. Here's orcs. Another type of human, just with different teeth. Redguard. Another type of human with some funny-looking hair. Khajiit. Human with a cat face. Wood elf. Human with pointy ears. High elf. Human with pointy ears. Aragornian. Human with the lizard face. Dark elf. Dark-skinned human with pointy ears. Nord. Another human. So really, these races are pretty lame. They're all the basic exact models, and that's because what they want to do is have one animation system and use it for all races, right? They've done it now. They have gone one further with spending less money and trying to get more bang out of their buck and going cheap on us. What is that crap? Why would they do that? Why would and you know what I liked about UO and EverQuest? It doesn't matter what race you were, your gear looked the same if it was the same piece of gear on some other race. Why would it look different? It's the same frickin' piece of armor. How could it look different? Again, they're doing it here. Good job, guys. You copied something that actually sucked. I don't know, I know I'm ranting a lot about this game, but I think I'm to the point where I'm just tired of MMOs copying each other. Now, we've been tired of that since, like, 2009, but they keep doing it. So let's see, I did a Dark Elf. Let's do Wood Elves. Those are usually fun. I already have a Wood Elf. I don't even care what this person is. Let's enter a character name. Of course, I'm going to be nethervvoid, as always. Class. I don't know, Dragon Knight sounds great. What else we got? Templar. So this is like Battle Spirit. Okay, so you have your basic tank, DPS healer in this. The funny thing is, EverQuest actually had 4 different. They called it the triad. You know, the three things you needed to do to form a party. But it was tank, healer, and crowd control. But, you know, newer games have taken that totally out of the game, so actually EverQuest was a little more advanced than these games as far as combat. That's pretty sad, but it's true. Let's do a Nightblade. I don't know, that's fine. Novice gear. I don't really care. So that's like a... That's a, assassin or thief, something like that. Okay, create. So... I don't know, I've bagged on pretty much everything there is in the system. The only nice thing, I guess, is it's kind of Elder Scrolls-ish. If you like the graphics, it's great. I don't really like the Elder Scrolls graphics that much. They look a little too plastic for me. But again, to me, graphics don't matter. As long as they're decent looking, they're fine. Again, and actually, this is interesting. This is the starting area, but it was the same for the Dark Elf as the Wood Elf. That doesn't make any sense. So, and I don't want to do this. You'll see this. Talk to the Prophet. I don't care. I kind of wanted to show you a new area, but apparently that's not going to be possible. This is the starter noob area, I think, for everybody. So, I think I don't really want to draw this video out much. There's not much to show you. I know a lot of people like to look at, well, let's look at character creation, and let's look at... None of that crap matters, guys. The only thing that matters is, are they doing something new? Because it's the same game we played like 1,000 times. And that's why I probably won't be playing this game. Lastly, it's subscription-based, which is really old school. No games are doing that anymore. All the new games are free-to-play with some kind of pay system, okay? Like, you know, clothing, and you can pay money to get clothing and stuff like that. To be honest, I kind of like the subscription-based model. I just think it's going to hurt the player base because a lot of these people playing games are, you know, under 18. They don't have jobs. The parents don't want to put their credit cards in, and they don't want to get paid, you know, $15 a month or whatever it is. They just don't want to do that. It's a little bit easier to get people to play free-to-play games, and then maybe, you know, buy a little bit of clothing or some kind of optional stuff like a special horse or something like that. There's really not much more to tell about this game. I didn't really look around a lot. I just looked at the basic systems of the game, and I can tell by, you know, usually within the first 15 minutes of playing a game, an MMO, I can tell you whether I'm going to like it or not, especially if it's one of these fantasy-based MMOs, because I've been playing them since UO. So that's, you know, I've been playing MMOs for 15 years, these exact fantasy MMOs, so I know the mechanics already. If the mechanics the same as WoW, I don't need to keep playing it to know how it works, because it's the exact same system. I'm tired of that system. That's why I don't play WoW anymore. WoW is a better game than any other WoW clone because it's WoW. That you can't make a better clone than what you're cloning. So I don't know. I think they're going to have some success because it is Elder Scrolls. I just think the way they're doing it is not a good idea. They need to have more new things, more new systems, stuff that's going to make me want to play something that I haven't played a million times over. So anyway, yes, it's kind of I'm going to give this game, and I haven't done really any ratings, it's not a real review, but as a first impressions, I'm going to give this game a 4 out of 10, because it's copying too much from other games. The only reason it even gets a 4 is it's got a decent combat system, which again is a lot like other games. Other games have done that before this game. It's nothing new. This game has nothing new in it at all. Everything is a carbon copy from another game. Most of it is exact carbon copy from WoW, which is something we're trying to avoid. Anyway, that's my initial impression. I probably played about 10 to 15, 20 hours of this game or something, and it's not a great game. I was going to do tips and tricks and show you how to do certain quests, but I don't think they see that there's a point to that. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, stay frosty, guys.